A terrible act happened in the NFL on January 2nd, where Bills defensive back suffered a cardiac injury on the field. And so he was rushed to the hospital, game was canceled, a very scary moment. And so what happened recently was that he and his team filed for a trademark application with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, right? They wanted to file 2 patents, one for did we win, which the little context behind that, once he got to the hospital and gained consciousness, the first thing he said was, did we win, right? So that obviously broke headlines and captured a lot of attention because those were the first words out of his mouth. And the second was 3 is back, right? Which is what he tweeted out after he kind of woke up and started recovering and on his way back. So 2 very powerful sayings. Now, during this time, especially at the time that he was unconscious for, and no one really knew his status, his charity, Chasing M's, was getting a ton of donations. I mean, there was just millions of dollars pouring into his foundation at the time, right? So here's what they later discover. Immediately, the thought, and at least the thought process behind the trademarks themselves was, we want to patent these sayings so that we can offer clothing, motivational speaking services, and athletic training services, posters, pens, pins, and mugs, right? They wanted to protect the business around him because right now in the foreseeable future, who knows what will happen to his career. So great idea from a team standpoint. What they go on to later discover, and this could be one of the reasons why the move was made originally, is that on January 5th, which is just a couple of days after the incident happened, there was an LLC out of Coney Island that also filed an application to trademark the same saying, did we win? So they filed that trademark a day before Damar and his crew or his team were able to file that trademark. So it gets a little messy in this situation, but overall, the moral of the story here is, as always, have a good team around you, right? To be able to have people who have your back by your side, that as you're going through a life-altering situation, they're thinking not only about your personal well-being right now, but they're thinking about your financial future. Tremendous, right? The second thing is, don't overlook the legal side of things, the trademark and all of that. I mean, had he not been paying attention to something like that, somebody else could have swept in, trademarked his saying, and made a fortune off of something that he can really benefit from. So just one of those things to be really mindful of, man, as we go into the new year. I know that's the boring stuff that no one really wants to talk about or think about or learn or focus on, but it's very important when you're talking about securing a financial future, especially for someone in this case who suffered something, so crazy and out of the blue. So yeah, check with, make sure your team is good and check with your attorneys, people.
Facts. And that is the What's Poppin' section. Let us know what you think about it. Everything from what his team did, things about ChatGPT, that whole 9. Let us know.